Do you want to write a Star Wars story? It is your destiny. I will guide you in the ways of Star Wars-style storytelling, my young apprentice. Let us begin with a transition screen wipe. Now, Star Wars plots range from insultingly simple to unnecessarily complicated. However, since the Star Wars franchise is now owned by a huge corporation, the only option is to abandon any attempt at innovation and stick to what works. This means that any new Star Wars plots should resemble something from episodes 4, 5, or 6. This makes things easy since we only have two possible plots. Evil Empire builds superweapon or Evil Empire chases princess. Don't worry about having to choose between them when we can have both. Now, some may point out that the Empire is foolish for building superweapons, since every Death Star and Starkiller base build has yet to survive even a single battle. Never mind they could build enough nuclear missiles to sterilize every planet in the galaxy at a fraction of the cost of a single Death Star. So let's just ignore this fact, just like the Empire does. With our plot underway, we need a setting. Since Star Wars takes place in a massive galaxy full of possibilities, we have a huge amount of creative freedom. Just kidding. Let's stick with what's safe, and what's safe is simply revisiting planets from episodes 4, 5, and 6. We don't want to get out of the fans' comfort zone while ruthlessly exploiting their nostalgia. If one is feeling creative, then it is okay to make a new planet, but it has to adhere to one critical rule. Planets in the Star Wars universe have only one biome. It is important to ignore the only current model we have for life-bearing planets, Earth, with its biodiversity, variety of environmental conditions, and numerous binomes. I have a bad feeling about this, is what any writer would say, but don't worry, we just need to stick with the main theme of Star Wars. On first glance, the themes of Star Wars seem obvious. The mystery and power of the Force and how it binds all living things together in harmony, how it guides us, but also has a dark side that feeds upon negative emotions, symbolically standing in for the yin-yang nature of good and evil. Then there is the ever-present theme of nature triumphing over technology, like how Luke only makes the shot on the Death Star exhaust port by ignoring the targeting computer, or how the supremely technologically powerful Empire is defeated by teddy bears with sticks, not to mention all of the thematic allusions to the hero's journey monomyth. However, all of this is completely wrong. Star Wars has only one true theme that dominates every work within its universe. Merchandising! Every Star Wars film must include new droids, ships, and characters that can easily be turned into action figures. And that's just the beginning. Then there is the tie-in books, audio plays, television series, and comics. Not to mention all the video games, shirts, coffee mugs, posters, and, specialized dolls. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's finish the story first. This shouldn't take too long. Just stick to one or both plots I mentioned earlier. Don't worry about plot holes. We can just fill those in with the Force. Easy. After we have slapped together the plot, we need to write dialogue. I don't like Star Wars dialogue. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. But don't worry. You have the high ground. You have the power. Unlimited power. To not worry about the dialogue at all, since I'm sure the editor and director will ignore it and edit in more action scenes instead. It's almost like the writing is treated as the least important part of a Star Wars movie. And that's the kind of attitude a writer needs to write a Star Wars story.
I'm sorry, J.P.Beaubien. It seems in your rush to get this video out that you have forgotten one important Star Wars cliché. No!